Hey, what's going on, guys? When I say guys, I mean girls too. I wanted to share with you a video that I made in Florida. Actually, it was a video right after a hurricane.
Before I forget, go ahead and subscribe to this YouTube channel.
It was the top producer's trip, luxury hotel. It was phenomenal. Now, there was a hurricane at the time of filming this. And so I filmed this right after the hurricane because I just thought it was important, because there was a time that we were kind of just shut down and we weren't able to do anything because they were like, everybody stay indoors. And they really accommodated us for that time that we had to be in quote unquote lockdown. So at the time, I decided to make a video the morning after, and I did a series of videos that morning after. But this particular video is talking about what is final expense. And if you're thinking about this industry and you want to understand what's going on and how it works and what it means, this is a great video to watch to understand the industry. Now, it's a little bit, the sound quality is not the greatest, but every single time I tried to redo it, it never came out quite as good. So hold on to your seats. Check this video out. What is final expense?
To this final expense training video that just kind of walks you through what final expense is and what the client base looks like, how finance works. And I am your host, Will Love. We've been doing final expense for a little over 10 years. And so I just want to be able to share some information with you, impart some wisdom, some knowledge just from my experience, and hopefully you will find this valuable. The final expense industry, it can serve you very well if you actually know and understand how the whole industry works. So what is final expense? Well, final expense is just a fancy way of saying life insurance for people of a certain age. So I usually tell people water is basically water. You know, we can change the name of water, call it Fiji, Poland Springs, Aquafina. We can change the name of water, but essentially it's just water. Now, of course, there may be some different various levels of that water that you're told that this water is better because it's from the Fiji mountains and it's filtered through a stream of goodness and nature's element. It's still water. So when you think about final expense, I just say, think of it as like you have access to a bucket of money that you can use when the time comes. Now, obviously, all final expense is not the same, but essentially, final expense is life insurance for people of a certain age. Now, it doesn't mean that you can only help people of a certain age. In most cases, you can help anybody, but the industry final expense has been created for people of a certain age. All right. So why final expense? So by the year 2030, most of our prospects will be 65 or older. So in right now, then according to this video, baby boomers are pretty much the lifeblood of this industry. So when you look at that, you understand that final expense is a huge industry. The baby boomers are a huge market, and you don't have to believe me because I'll give you the numbers. So currently there are 72 million baby boomers. That's not a bad number. So here's what you have. You have access to these baby boomers who in a lot of cases, they're operating without any kind of final expense. As a matter of fact, over 40% of Americans have no form of life insurance. And baby boomers are a huge part of the population. They're really tearing through Social Security right now. There was so many of them around. Okay, is this a good market for you to be in? Can I survive? Can I thrive in this market? I want to break that down to you, and I want to use these 4 indicators from Alex Ramosin's book, $100 million Offers. Now, this is a great way to diagnose or actually look at the industry, because if you look at the industry from this aspect, it will make a whole lot of sense to you. Because one of the things that I always want to do is I want to be educated into the industry I'm going into. And I like to share that education with you because it could possibly help you. So indicator number 1 is you want to figure out, when you pick a market that you're going to work in, or you're going to start a business in, or that you're going to, do service in, you want to find your prospects that are in a massive amount of pain. A massive amount of pain. So what I mean, if your prospects have a desperate need around, and you notice that people are dying, look at GoFundMe. And GoFundMe is not life insurance, but people are dying today and asking people to give them money, chicken dinners and fish fries, just to bury somebody. So understand, not only are baby boomers eventually going to die, we all going to die. There's a lot of pain out there when it comes to this, because a $5,000 bill that comes to a household can devastate that household, especially if that household did not expect that bill to be there. So there's a massive amount of pain, right? That's indicator number one. Indicator number two is, do they have purchasing power? Your process must be able to afford it or either have access to the money to afford it. So most of the clientele, as we talked about previously, they're mostly on Social Security and Social Security disability. So when that comes about, having Social Security and Social Security disability, that's access. They have purchasing power. There is a lot of times some disposable income there. And some of the disposable income may have to be shifted around based off of the need and also the importance that they place on the need that they have, the actual pain that they have. So they have purchasing power. That Social Security comes with that purchasing power. And they have to be easy to target. So you heard the expression shooting fish in a barrel. If fish are in a barrel, you can shoot in a barrel. I mean, literally, there are seniors everywhere, baby boomers everywhere, right? And all you got to do is just be able to target those people. So, I mean, there's certain things that you can do that you know, these are where seniors hang out. These are what seniors do. These are activities seniors like. So when you understand that, you understand that they're their target and they're easy to target. And once you find those activities that people do, you can basically build your avatar. What does this person look like? What are my clients like? What do my clients participate in? What are the things that they do on an ongoing daily basis for me to find them? Even when people who are 65 by 2030, when they die, are there going to be other people turning 65? Absolutely. There's going to be other people turning 65. You're getting older every day. By the time we're sitting here, I'm going to be older. So your market is going to continue to grow. And if you understand that, and there's a market that is constantly growing, then one, you can find the pain. They need you. They have purchasing power. They have access to money, or they get money or they have access to money. Easy to target. Where are these people? Are they there? Can I find them? Can I approach them? All right. And growing. These four indicators, once you have that, and it's good to have all four, which the financial industry does, you can kind of evaluate, is this something that I should do? So let's talk about the recession-proofness, that's a word, of this business. So will the government shutdown affect Social Security checks? This is a tweet right here from the president of the Social Security Administration. And this was September 1st, 2021. It says this year's the trustee projections are so similar to last year, proves once again our Social Security system is built to withstand times of crisis, providing a source of certainty in uncertain times. Now, I think what the government says with a grain of salt, but there's some key factors that are there that, just you living your lifetime, you can see and understand that it makes this true. Social Security is considered mandatory spending. This is something that has to be spent. Payroll taxes would still continue to come into the government. So people will continue to pay taxes on their payroll. They will continue to come. But even though it seems to be set up like a Ponzi scheme, the money's going to keep flowing in because people are still going to be taxed, and then it's going to keep going out to people who are in Social Security. This year, they're talking about increasing Social Security. The beginning of the year 2023. So not only are they saying that the money's going to be there, it's probably going to increase. Now, is it cost of living increase? It's not going to be real cost of living, but just understand something. It's moving. It has great indicators that it'll be around. Social Security checks are taken out of a trust fund pot. So it's out of a different pot. It's not out of the same pot that the government pulls spending the trillions and trillions of dollars of debt. It is in a certain pot. It's in a trust fund pot. So check this out. Those contributions go towards the program's trust fund, and they're used to pay benefits. See, understand something. It's in a trust. The trust is probably managed. I don't know who manages the trust, but the bottom line is it's there. It's a secured money that's going to be paying out. So if you just look at, or not even, this has stopped Social Security. This thing right here, it didn't even stop Social Security. Social Security kept coming. If you remember government shutdown, it didn't stop the Social Security check. Even the government stopped getting paid. People got furloughed, but Social Security didn't stop. A global pandemic hasn't stopped Social Security. So what does that mean? So we talk about recession. Virtual finance expense business is a business in a box because you can work from anywhere. It doesn't matter. So when you look at this and understand it, you're in a recession-proof business. You can work from anywhere. The pandemic forced us to make changes. I remember March 2020, we had to make some changes. In light of those changes, we had to do things differently because we weren't going to see people face to face. Now, there's some agents that did go see people face to face. You know, me, I wasn't interested. That wasn't interested at all. So I had to do something different. And that's why this is so powerful. It's a virtual final expense business in a box. All right. So definitely join us for the next video. The next video will go through some more information and just helping you understand this industry and know what the business is. And if it's something you need to pursue, but if it has a foundation for you, don't believe these videos are helping you. All right. Take care. Stay tuned for the next video.